Okay, let me introduce this puppy to you. So I have the opportunity to play with a puppy that came back today that's been home with another family for a week, and no fault of the puppies come back. And so the puppy a while ago was just all over me, and now she's playing with her daddy. Anyway, so I just want to show you some things to do and not to do with a rambunctious puppy. This puppy is actually getting a little bit warm. Okay, so not do is we don't want to like push into them, we don't want to aggravate them, we don't want to necessarily challenge them. All we want from them is submission, okay? But even in that, we need to be respectful and that we're not aggravating them. That this puppy, so can you see what I'm doing? I'm rolling her lips. Come here, don't touch the camera. I'm rolling her lips over her own teeth. See, she tried to bite me there. So I'm rolling her lips over her own teeth, which is painful. Good girl, as long as she will sit. And I'm not offering my hands for her to chew on. Now, it's evening and the sun is about to set, but it is humid. Now, see right there? Now, I rolled her lips over her own canines. And so I can't really hug around on her because it's a little humid out here. Don't want her to overheat. So this is good. I need to bring her some toys. This puppy actually is available. I love you. I love your head. This is Bruno times Serenity. So she's being absolutely perfectly wonderful at this second. So she's going to come over here and try to bite me. And again, this is a dominant. See, she's coming back from work. Now, she's going to cry in a minute because I don't mess around with them. So, now she's walked off and decided we probably shouldn't chew on this human. This is a bad idea. She still thinks I'm her mother. Hey, come here. So this was only a little four and she nursed her mommy, but it's not like she doesn't know who I am. So now she's being perfectly wonderful. So this is the one thing, if you can understand this psychologically, this will help you. Dogs are dogs. Do not try to make them into humans. You will frustrate the dog, frustrate yourself. And it's not fair. See her, she's laying on this side of me now. And she's just being good, and that's what you want. Just leave them alone, you know. So even now, if I tried to pet her, I would probably, come here, I know, that's us, here. No. I'm making this video, and, so, back to my point. Dogs are dogs, let them be dogs. Don't try to make them human. Come here, good girl, come here. So think about this psychologically. You are part of their pack. This is normal that the puppy is going to push against you and every member of the pack. That's why we say do not allow the puppy to play with your 2-year-old, because the puppy's going to push the 2-year-old over. Because the puppy has to know, think about this, who's the fastest, who's the strongest, who's the bravest, and who's the smartest in this pack, okay? They have to know that. Why? Because their life depends on it. So if your life depended on something, you might feel a little more strongly about it. And that's why they need to learn their place in the pack. And if you don't answer their question, who's in charge, then they're going to be in charge. And that's a horrible situation with the over 100-pound dog. You don't want them to be in charge. Now, she's run out there to go to the bathroom, and I'm sure she'll come right back to me. So here's what I have found with people. So people think if I correct my dog, I'm going to damage the relationship, and that is not true. You damage the relationship by answering this question incorrectly, who's in charge? That's what she just asked me. Can I jump on you? Am I in charge? I said, no, you may not jump on me, and no, you're not in charge. So, this is a baby. We're not trying to beat the baby. We're not trying to hurt the baby. We're just trying to answer the question affirmatively. No, you are not in charge. No, you may not bite on me. Come here. Oh, come here. So I am having to kind of redirect her. So if it wasn't so humid out here, I would do a little more holding on her back. But I just don't want her struggling against me. And now my husband's pulled up in the truck with the meat, so all the dogs are going to go crazy because it's supper time. But she's doing excellent. She's doing wonderful. This is Bruno times Serenity, my red girl that just retired. And she's just beautiful. You can see her behind me. You can see how red she is. She's just a beautiful puppy. But would really like to get people off on more of a good start with their puppies, because if you allow the puppy to chew on you, if you're aggravating the puppy, like you're just asking for it, that's wrong, because that's not fair or respectful to the puppy to aggravate the puppy, okay? Even too much petting is aggravating them at this point, because they need to know who's in charge. Their life depends on it. So when you're petting them, they're asking this question over and over again. Who's in charge? Who's in charge? Who's in charge? So the more that you're calm, like I am, calm and dominant, they settle right down and respect you, and that's what we want. And they will look to you. Now, having said that, I need to do this chart. What socializing is what it is not. Socializing is not taking your puppy up to a strange adult dog and letting this dog demand that your puppy submit and pee. That is not socializing. Socializing is not taking your puppy to I like to take them to Tractor Supply and dealerships and all these places like that. Come here, don't worry about it. She's up on this board. Here, thank you. Oh, thank you. But it's having a safe and good time. And if your puppy does not see you as strong enough to protect him or her, they're not going to trust you, and they're going to be frightened and afraid. So, can you see how nice she's just sitting here? She's just sitting here. What a good girl. She's just being a good girl. So, socializing is meeting people. And if you meet a dog, do not allow the other dog to touch your puppy or run up to your puppy. You need to protect your puppy. Just like you wouldn't allow a stranger to run up to your kid and slap them and demand they submit, you don't need to let another dog, an adult dog, or even another puppy run up to your puppy and demand they submit, which typically is not another puppy. It's an adult dog that's going to do this, okay? So this is friendly under the chin. It's very friendly. So I don't really want her climbing on me, although she's looking at Tim. All of that is dominant behavior. If the puppy gets on top of you, the puppy is dominating you. That is dominant behavior. I get pictures, and they're really cute pictures of the puppy laying on the children. Please, no laying on the children. That is dominant behavior. So I don't know in this whole thing. I do love you. So that was fine. See how she's being so good. Oh my gosh, she's being good. But there she slipped, decided to jump. And so sometimes inadvertently we train our dogs to do things we don't want them to do. And that is if you give her a treat when she does this, or if you engage in this game, you're going to get more of this activity. So I know, I'm just raised 150 of these guys. So this is just automatic things I do. She's just laying right here. And you're welcome to email me, text me, comment about what about this, what about that. Just remember, psychologically, your puppy will not follow you if you are not braver, faster, stronger, and smarter than they are. That's why until a child is 8 to 10 years old, they are never going to convince this puppy, soon to be large dog, that they're dominant. They're not going to, so give it up. Now they will respect your children if you protect the children from the puppy and the puppy from the children. I tell people, protect your puppy from the children. As children can do things that One time I got a video from someone, and the child was really aggravating this probably 6-8-month-old puppy in the floor, and the puppy growled at the child, and this is what the adult did. This is what the adult did. They said, "Oh, be easy." They were pulling the dog's tail, and I said, "Excuse me? You didn't correct the child, and you allowed that child to mistreat that dog by pulling his tail, and you did not correct the child. All you did was say, 'Oh, be easy.'" Well, the dog, the puppy, which it was about 6 or 8 months old, so about 80 pounds. If that dog thinks they have to protect themselves against your children, you're in for a problem, because they will. A bullmastiff feels like they have the right to protect themselves. So anyway, I called them out on it, and I've just prayed to God that they address this situation, because there's a lot of good dogs that get a bad rap or can do a bad thing in a bad situation. So let's be fair with our dogs. Now she's headed back inside to get in the air conditioner, and I don't blame her. So anyway, I hope that's helpful.